And welcome back. This is vlog number 8 of the Wardens of the Dawn, and my name is William Rumley, and I'll be taking you on this journey with me. So, my book process. We're still in the proofreading, and we're still adjusting the book. I have a meeting next week with the prospective editor and a prospective artist for the cover. I'm very excited for both. After that meeting, I'll maybe announce and introduce them to you if we come to agreements. Looking good so far, though. The process I am at right now is um, we are still at the beginning of proofreading of the book. On the second book, I've now completed 12,000 words. So that's also going forward too. And on Facebook, I shared a few of the pictures that I did from book 2 to help inspire me. What's going on in book 2 is a bit of a green world, but I'll talk more on that later. I don't want to reveal too much until I have book 1 in your hands. I wanted to talk about this week the idea of the story. So what's going to keep all my books aligned together is the story. And think of it this way. The universe is filled with millions of worlds, and many of them are populated, and all of them have stories worth telling. But sometimes stories are not happening at the same point in time. So on this world, we're 100 years in the past, that story, that world, 1,000 years in the future, that's when their story happens. So how do you link them all in this thing? And you link them by the stories. Now, the stories always need to have your heroes and your villains. And that's what we do here. In my books, I have my heroes, and they come to great strifes, and then they achieve great achievements. I have my villains who cause the strifes, who try to take down the heroes, and in some stories out in the universe, they win. And when the good and bad, the stories between the two are worthy enough, then that gets the attention of the three sisters. So it's important always, always in stories that your villain be big, that he's strong, that he's um, achieves something, that they are somebody that makes you, the reader, afraid of them. And so that's what I've tried to do here. If you go back to blog 1, I introduced you to my two villains of my piece, Muni and Muni works for the Knot. But let's talk a little bit about Muni, and let's more realistically talk how I came up with this concept for what the Muni is. So originally in my story, I had the underwater city, I had the opposer coming in and doing the thing that the opposer does, but it was a little bit different. It was a horror story in my mind. And the Muni was an undead zombie possessed by a demon. And that was really how I envisioned him at the beginning. That's not what he is anymore. He's much worse. But as you think about it, I had written these scenes of death, destruction, and horror. And this was in the 1980s when you have movies like Freddy Krueger's The Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween happening. And all that horror was really the inspiration for those scenes. I've not gone that way with this book. I use the villain to be villainous and to be diabolical, but I also give you something to connect to this villain, connect to the purpose, connect to the story. And then at a certain point in there, you're going, is he really that bad? And then in the next paragraph, you go, oh, that's a good villain. That's what I'm writing for you. And Muni is my main villain for this story. And you get to see what Muni has done to the world, what Muni has been involved in. all throughout the three parts of this book, because the book has three parts. Part one is all about the Jameses. Part two is the main body of the book. And remember, the book is named Revolt on Prime. I won't go further than that. And then part three is the discoveries of mysteries. And that is all really dealing with who the villains are. And the development and living with the Muni villain for all this time has been a very terrifying nightmare journey, if you think about it. But one of the things, though, Muni is not an old bus driver who terrified me as a child. Nope, he is not. He is not. Well, maybe he is, but no, no. He's just a character to tell the story with. And hopefully you enjoy what the Muni does in the story, or be terrified by it. Nightmares are also good. Now, the Muni was recruited by and works for the Knot. And the Knot is a cosmic entity. We don't know what he does other than tells the Muni what to do. But he gets involved later in the story as well, as when the heroes are confronted with their tests, their emergence, if you will. They all have to go through some tests. And then you will see the Knot is present at a few of these tests, because there always has to be the light and the dark at every test. And that's what Knot really does more. I won't describe them. I won't tell them what they do, what their powers are. Their motivations are simple. They are the darkness in the story. I hope that makes you interested. Let me know in the comments if you want to know more. How are we doing time? Let's see. The what I will do in next week's vlog is I will tell you about the results of the meeting with my editor and the meeting with my cover poster creator. Maybe put some links to their resources so you can see and meet who they are as well. And I'm just keep writing. I'm doing my writing system is simply go to work, come home, take care of my family. And then I spend about 1 to 2 hours every day sitting in front of this computer and working on either the overview, working on background scenes, building up characters, doing imaginative creation for the world building, or just writing. The system with book one so far has been I've written the entire book, I've rewritten the entire book, I'm proofreading or having the book proofread, rewrite it again, final edit, publication. Those who are more experienced writers probably have a different and more direct approach, but this is my first book, my first journey into this, and all my other books are still out there. I have a OneNote. Do you know what OneNote is? It's a Microsoft tool that lets you put in all your notes and pages and stuff. And all my book series, all my books through my plans are in my OneNote. And there I can put my ideas, put my concepts, rebuild scenes, add characters, give character designs, have technologies, do some deep research. And that's the repository of all the information that I build up, all the information I co-build with Copilot as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this rambling. I don't mean to do much. Last weekend was Easter, so that was a loss for the world. Condolences to all the Catholics out there, but condolences to the world. He was a good pope. And then we have the coming weekend is the Netherlands is an important holiday. The birthday of the king is the coming weekend. So it's a big celebrations around here as well. So Have a nice week. Keep getting ready. I hope that you're being patient with my journey. Spread my like, subscribe, share, and let's get the subscriptions up to be nice to see 50 subscribers. You can help me with that. And that's it for now. Bill out.